Hey, welcome back to the Mellow Way. My name is Tui, pronounced like the number 2 and the letter E, in case you're wondering. This channel is all about having a more laid-back approach to life. I create content that is designed to reduce stress and improve your outlook on life and increase your contentment. Stress is a state of mental tension or strain caused by adverse or demanding circumstances. There are many circumstances in our lives that we can't control, so when we're trying to de-stress our lives, I think it's important to focus on the things that we can control. One thing that can have a very adverse effect on our life is how we actually interact with technology. There's many studies out there to indicate that apps, the news cycle, social media can actually manipulate our mood negatively and increase our stress levels. When we're interacting with this technology, we need to be more controlling in the sense that we need to have more intention in what we're letting in and what we're giving our attention to. A big source of stress in our lives are our mobile phones. We are constantly contactable and therefore very distractible. So I think this is a really good way to actually reduce the stress in your life if you just have more control and intention with your phone. So the first thing I would recommend is your notifications. Turn off your notifications for your apps. You don't need to know if somebody updated their profile picture. It's just like, you just don't need to know that. Turn it off. You can keep your calls and your text messages, but if you want, you can turn those notifications up too, whatever you're into. The second thing is to use the do not disturb. So when you come home from work, if you want some time to relax, an hour or two, or if you want to set it from 8 to 8, whatever it is, just use that when you're feeling very stressed in your life to get that space away for yourself. The third thing is deleting apps. There's so many apps in our phones that we don't even use, and then we're getting notifications for them if we don't have them turned off, or they're just there cluttering the space. So yeah, just go through your apps. If you haven't used them in the last month, you're likely not going to use them in the future, and you can always download them. It doesn't take very long. Fourth thing is if you want to have a more mindful home screen, so think about like what your lock screen is, screensaver, and then your home screen screensaver. Have something simple and calming. And then you can also organize all of the apps on your actual phone. You can put the ones that you don't really use too often, but you're using them enough, into a folder. So it's like everything's found or organized, so it's not stressful when you're picking up the phone. The average adult checks their email 45 times a day, which seems insane, but apparently that's true. So emails, definitely another thing that can cause us stress, particularly if we have a work phone. So I think with emails, there's many things that we can do. Maybe just have a schedule for your emails. So say I'm going to check my emails late morning and, later in the evening. Another thing is to turn off the notifications for your email, because you don't need the notifications if you set a schedule for when you're going to check those emails. We have so many junk emails that don't even go to the junk mail. They come into us, so things that we've bought online. You just pick them up every single day, no matter what you're doing online. Really handy things on Yahoo and Gmail anyway. So if you look down, if you have apps, if you look down at the bottom, I'll do a little screenshot for this, but if you go down to the bottom, there's a thing you can press on which says subscribe or subscription. So you can like bulk unsubscribe from things that are annoying you. I have so many, and I actually get such joy from getting them out of my life. You think it's kind of trivial, but it's not. It's distracting you from what you're doing, and it's just stuff you don't need in your life. So yeah, unsubscribe from stuff you don't need. Then there's social media. If you're keeping the social media apps on your phone, then I think it's really a good idea to go through and just clear out the social media, what you're actually allowing into your mind. So you can have many friends that maybe you don't want to unfollow or unfriend, but maybe you just don't really find their content brings you any joy or value. So, you can mute them on Instagram, or you can unfollow them on Facebook. There's many ways to clear out information that you don't want to receive without, offending people. And then you might be following an influencer for many years and find that their content really isn't adding any value. And in fact, it might be making you feel a little bit shitty about yourself. So just be more mindful of things that you're putting in. You may think that it's not affecting you, but it definitely is affecting you. There's so many studies out there from a psychological perspective of how these things are actually influencing our mind and our moods. So just really think about what you're following on social media. Then I just wanted to mention the news. There's a 24-hour news cycle. There is constantly news, and I just think it can be very distracting. We can just mindlessly scroll through stuff. But all of these images, ideas, messages, we're constantly bombarding our minds with them. And you think you're not taking them in, but you are. So just be mindful. Do you need to know about all the dramatic and sad and scary things that are happening in the world all the time? You know, because you get notifications if you have the apps turned on, or you get emails about them, or you get pop-ups if you're on your browser. So just be more mindful and conscious about what you're letting into your mind. In the office environment, again, with your computer, try and just declutter the computer. Make the environment more calm and more simple. So with your screensaver and then your desktop, and like clean up all of your desktop files and have them a little bit more organized. That can help you a bit more. Work in full screen mode so that you're just not as distracted, and it's just more of a calming environment. There's nothing that you're looking at around the actual project that you're working on. So that's something that can also be useful. So this is just an overview of how to really declutter your life digitally. I hope that you found it useful. If you want to actually look up digital minimalism or digital declutter, there is so much more in-depth information out there. And this is just really an overview of one way that you can kind of reduce stress in your life. If you find my videos helpful or useful, please subscribe and like my channel, and put down in the comments any other videos that you would like me to make. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.